All right. Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Backyard Builds. A bit more fabrication on the Vanguard. Let's get to it. What are we doing this week, Ella? All the pats. But no, seriously, what we're doing this week, guys, is these aluminium floor mats. I've already come up with this final design. I've got some pieces cut out. I've got a couple of tools I've made up. Let's get to it. So, before I go ahead and record everything, I'm gonna make a sample, just to make sure everything works. Pretty sure it's gonna work. Once that sample's sorted, blooper reel, I will show you how I've done it. So, cut to now after the sample's done. It is the next day. You got a bit late in the afternoon to be making too much noise on the power hammer. Didn't want to annoy the neighbours too much, but the sample went just as planned. Fig jam. I'm just going to show you straight away how I did it. There was two plates. There's an upper and a lower. Piece of sheet goes in between. Now you can see there's quite a few holes everywhere. Sometimes you do need all these because you will get a little bit of, like, this will flex or it'll push a sheet. Sometimes you need the clamping force in corners or in tight areas. I did the sample with just those two. These holes run size like 3mm, drilled these out to 4.2. I tapped and countersunk in a couple of M5 fasteners. As you can see, just the two. The reason for countersinking them is you need a flat working surface. This needs to sort of skid along. It's got to be upside down. Ooh, that's loose. It's just got to be able to slide along that. You can put a little bit of oil on it. That's why you want countersunk bolts, so it's nice and flat and level. I did my sample in one pass. I'm going to do one pass with this, and I'll probably do a second pass just to increase the depth just marginally, and then I will show you the result. I'm looking at the sample now. It actually came out really good. So this is the driver's side pan. So let's do it. Now the machine is set from yesterday, and I need to go up a half turn on the lower, which is 1/4 and a half, and these Allen keys to lock it all down. There. Now every time I need to move to a different letter or number, I do need to drop that a half turn, move it, bring it back up a half turn. It's a little bit painful, but it gives a good amount of accuracy. I've also swapped the top from spring mode to rigid mode, just by flicking the clamp over. That just makes sure, it just gives me confidence that it's going to be the same for every single hammer stroke. So let's cut the time lapse. What do you reckon, Max? All right, Max reckons we've done a pretty good job. So we're going to do the other bead now. So that is the big outside edge. Pretty much going to use the same tool. No, actually we're not. I've made a bigger tool. This one's the size of my finger. I'm going to put the old one. Again, make your own size comparison jokes. Same setup, nothing different, bit of lube on it, flip it over. I've already worked out I can do it in one pass to the depth I want. So less talking, more doing. Alright, we'll put our perimeter bead in. Just going to wipe some of the oil off the back. Should be pretty sharp on this side. Let's get this upper removed. Or lower, either way. Now I suspect there'll be a little bit of oil canning in this, which is where there's tension in the sheet from the beads. There's no pre-stretch done on this. Yep, see how that popped? That's not the worst thing, it's quite an easy fix. Goes. You see that, see how there's a bit of a twist in that sheet. So this sheet won't sit flat on this table. We're going to assume this table's pretty close to flat. See how we've got space? Just sitting up, bouncing. It's not ideal. I'll just correct the camera there for you. Yeah, it's loose. Our edges are tight. Bead is crisp, bead's really nice. The simple fix is going to be corking it. We're going to hammer into that side of the bead, and we're going to chisel it down. We're going to put a bit of pressure on it, and that's what's going to help take a lot of this shape back out of it. I've just gone and grabbed these from Bunnings. They're just brickies chisels, blockbusters, bolsters, whatever you want to call them. They're a bit sharp on the very tip, so I'm just going to knock the tip off them, and then we'll cork this. Alright, so I've just knocked the edge off the chisel. It's not super sharp, but it's just soft, it's not sharp. That's what you want. All I'm going to do, put a bit of pressure on this, probably start from the end of our bead. Remembering to keep a little bit of pressure on the job just to make sure it's touching. Now I'm not hitting very hard, just enough to get it to move. You can already see, look at that. Panel already sits down flatter. If you really wanted to, you could find a smaller chisel and you could chase him through here in spots. We could sort of do it like this. Because we know our X is probably holding up a fair amount of tension, but just put a little ding in it. That's alright, we can get that out later. But you see how much better that panel is instantly. Like just, it sits on that table. Perfect. So, might just dress that little dent out of it. We'll give it maybe a Scotch-Brite, bit of an orbital, just to tidy up. And then we can trim all our corners up. and get it fit into the car. What do you reckon, Max? Good enough? Good enough. So I've now made the second pan. I actually trimmed the first one up, forgot to record it. Whoops. So I've hammered up the second pan, got it here. I've just flipped the cardboard template over, got it sitting where it needs to sit, just got a weight on there. Just going to mark the edge out with a Sharpie. Trim as much as I can in the guillotine. Alright. I say alright a lot, don't I? Got that trimmed up. Now I need to cut the corners off. You could use tin snips, but I'm going to use my Hafco Beverly shears. These are HS2S, I think it's what its model number is. It's on the tag there, but I can't read it. But I'm going to clamp this down to the bench, probably on the corner. Probably right about there. And I'm just going to use the Beverly shears to trim the corners up, so let's do that. Now I'm just doing two operations at once. I'm turning the workpiece while I'm very slowly using the shear. This is what's creating my corner radiuses. And you don't want to go too fast because you'll come off the line. And then you'll be in a world of pain. Putting it off to nothing. Just like that. Alright, let's repeat that real quick 3 more times. Last thing is just going to correct some of the radiuses just with a file very gently. And then I will deburr the whole sheet. I'm being pretty careful with this file. I don't want to put a big flat spot in it. I'm also being very careful of the extremely sharp edges because my hands are already destroyed enough from getting cut. So let's not make it any worse. And this tool I'm using is a double-edged deburring tool. It's just got two burrs, deburrs, whatever. Knurls? I don't know. Two of those things. And it just pulls the burr off each side. They're not made for corners, outside corners, but I will persist. Go. Sweet. Alright, one more thing left to do. So we're back on the driver's side. The last thing to do is put this little radius right at the very end. Now, I'm not going to use the English wheel. I'm going to use my rollers, but I'm not going to use them as rolling. So I've made just a couple of marks on this template, which I need to transfer to the opposite side because I forgot. So that one is just there. It's pretty tricky to do with one hand looking through the camera. Just there. So I know those are my marks. I'm just going to sit that back on there like that. A couple little indicators. Whoa there. Whoa there, Bessie. Just so I know where I need these to start and finish. Alright, to the rollers. Now, I'm not going to move the whole shed around just to get the rollers out. I'm going to leave them back in here. So, I know roughly that's where that needs to go. Turn the cam. And this is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it by hand. I don't see the point in getting them completely out just for this little turn. Just adjust it there. Pow. I think that's enough. But you can see it's got that little curve in it just by manually forming it around the roller. Oh, nice and toasty fire. Yeah, see, we need more. That's right. Let's put some more in it. All right, there it is. The floor pans. 1 and 2. Very happy with how those have come up. All I've got to do is just mount them. And that's pretty much it. That will probably wrap up this part of the fab for this episode, actually, because in the next one we're moving backwards. We've got a bit of a ute space to do, so stay tuned, watch that one. Shout out to 3M too for making these work tunes. They're very comfortable. I don't know why I haven't bought a pair earlier. I wear them every day at work. Not a sponsored advertisement. Really nice comfy Bluetooth headphones. Yes, that will about do us for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on all the socials, Insta, Facebook, TikTok. Yeah, we have a TikTok. And YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Backyard Builds.